the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best, 'cause it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. There's lights that burn so brightly, in the northeast sky they shine. From a place that Geordies worship, where legends wear number 9. You can travel right round the world, even meet the Pope in Rome. But nothing beats the feeling of when you come back here to home. No matter how life changes, we'll never be far apart. The northeast always home, and it's always in your heart. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV, and yes, let's talk NUFC. Sorry about not putting this out previously. This is literally a last-minute decision to come on live. I was going to go on PD Proudlocks tonight, but obviously he's had to pull his show short because he was having a lot of internet problems. So I wasn't planned on the show tonight. So I've literally just put this out last minute. So apologies for anybody being caught on the hop thinking, hang on, what's going on here? Right, before we get into the show, if you do like what you see, then please do smash the like. It really does help the channel up the search. So do smash those likes. Thank you. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come and join this great community by hitting that subscribe button. Free to do so, and that bell notification will tell you when I'm live. Have a pre-record or any upcoming shows as well. If you want to become a member, 99p a month, just click the join button. And also you can make a donation by clicking the $ in the chat as well. So today I passed 900 subscribers. So thank you very much to everybody subscribing. And I'm now up to 911. So I'm now 89 away from 1,000 subscribers. So thank you very much indeed. Right, I'm going to get into some comments because there's going to be some surprises in here tonight. Here we go. Andrew says, good evening. Good evening, Andrew. Hope you're well. Lewis says, evening. Good evening, Lewis. Hope you're well. Bias says, evening, Tony. Good evening, my friend. I hope you're well. Avoid the Gateshead stuff. Looks super iffy. Yeah, well, I'm not even going to discuss that. I've saw the video. Cars on the pitch, absolutely disgraceful. And again, you know, the police will do their investigation, I'm sure. Lewis says, Dunstan FC versus Gateshead to ban the half-time due to a massive incident. One car in a hearse went on the pitch with guns. Yeah, well, again, we don't know what's happened there, but we saw the vehicles on the pitch and I saw the video. Obviously, it would have to be abandoned for that because it's probably destroyed the pitch in all honesty. Hi, Tony, says David. Good evening to you, David. Evening, Tony, and all in chat. Yeah, good evening to you, Wayne. Yes, as avoid talking about that. Absolutely. Thing is, we're not talking about it because, you know, it's not great. Lewis says, yeah. David says, can't wait to see Harvey Barnes as a Newcastle player. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry to mention it. No, that's fine. R.I.P. Flyboy. What's happened to your Arabia? Is this Stu, you mean? Can anybody let me know what's happened to you? Because I'm in a bit of a... Lewis says, once again, I'm very sorry to mention. No problem, Lewis. Don't worry, mate. Mighty Win, good evening to you. He says, was this unscheduled? Yes, it was. Well, Pete was doing his football show tonight, so I was going to join on there live tonight. And he had to pull it because he had to pull his show off. Due to the fact his internet all went down. So this was literally a last minute show. Literally a last minute show. So yeah, absolutely last minute. So sorry about the you know, the lateness of putting this show out there. It was absolutely last minute. John says, evening everyone. Evening, Tony. Good evening to you, John. Yes, Stu. Such a shame. Evening, Tony and everyone. Nice one, hitting over 900. Thanks very much. Yeah, he passed away, Tony. I'm sad to hear that because, you know, I've spoken to him in chats before, like not live, but in chats and things like that. And he's always come across as a nice guy. I know he always liked Bruce out, didn't he? But yeah. Hi, Tony. Okay, mate? Yeah, I'm absolutely fine, mate. Absolutely. Had a bit of stuff going on last night after the show, but yeah, it's all well. It's been rumbling on today, but hopefully it'll get sorted. P.S. Stu passed away. Very sad. He sadly died. Lung issue, says Andrew. Rest in peace, Stu. Evening, says Sefton. Good evening, Sefton. Yes, I did say to you earlier I wasn't doing a show, but you know, things happen. Granny Cutty's internet, not your internet. What's going on? Gate said. Just an incident with a car on the pitch. Bruce out. R.I.P. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look, very sad to hear that news. I didn't even know that had happened. I don't think he was that very old, was he either? So I'm not sure how old Stu was, to be honest with you, but he always come across as a nice lad. Bia says, my apologies. Got nothing to apologise for, Bia. The end of the day, mate. Look, I'll tell you what, let's talk about it, because do you know what? It really has had me down today. Now then, I've had, you know, he's put out a video today to say that about somebody using his picture and all this in the channel. Now, he claims the channel didn't say hello to him last night. Well, actually, I did say hello to him. I did say hello to him because at the time when he did come into the chat, Rolly was actually talking. So I'm not going to interrupt Rolly to stop Rolly talking to go and say hello to somebody in the chat. So again, you know, and yeah, I've had, to be honest with you, I'm not happy with this guy whatsoever. But I think we all know who it is anyway. You know, and yeah, you've got nothing to apologise for, mate. Nothing whatsoever. You know, nothing to worry about whatsoever, mate. So please, you know, don't worry about it. Look, you know, I'm not going to go on too much about him, but the thing is, though, I've got things going on with YouTube, and I've just got to wait for them to come back to me. But hopefully, everything should be fine. So again, you know, I mean, look, I'll have to just wait and see what YouTube come back with, but hopefully, all will be fine. Because I have put my side of the story into YouTube as well. Lewis says 89, I think, but I'm not 100%. I thought he was younger than that, but I don't know. Sad news about Stu. Bia says, I was never the guy who threatened him, but the video came across like that. I've got a lot of hate today from it. Do you know what it is, Bia? The thing is, though, I'm not being funny. Things like this should not be aired in public. I'm sorry, but they shouldn't be. And for him to accuse somebody of, like yourself, of threatening them when you haven't, it's bang out of order, and it shouldn't happen. And, you know, at the end of the day, this guy, you know, I'm not going to name the guy, but at the end of the day, look, you know, I think he just needs to calm down a bit, you know, and just realise. So again, I've seen a lot of people in his chat saying things to him and things like that. So again, you know, do you know what, Beat? You come on this show all the time, mate, and you are absolutely spot on. Never have any problems with you whatsoever. And so I don't even think you would do anything like that. And to be honest with you, you know what? The end of the day, somebody's just got the ump and he's just a bit bitter over it. Lewis says nobody's entitled to say hello straight away. Absolutely, Lewis, absolutely. But I got accused of not speaking to him at all. But I did speak to him, and that is the annoying part about it. You know, and I did actually message him and say, actually, I did say hello to you in the chat. You know, don't make me out to be bad when I'm not, you know. And at the end of the day, I ain't a bad person. And I did not miss him out. I did read his message out. Predator says, evening Tony, I saw you welcome him in the chat last night and he was rubbiting about copyrights and DMs. Yes, absolutely, Predator. Yes, absolutely. He did DM me, and he DM'd me quite a bit after the show, and I was like, just don't need this. Predator says, I didn't see you threaten him. I was in the chat from start to finish. Absolutely. I'll name him. Couldn't give a fuck what your YouTube has to say. I don't mind, mate, if you want to. I mean, look, at the end of the day, there's no need for it, you know. To be honest with you, I've never come across any issues with him. I know he's always just come on and he's been in the chat a few times and things like that. But two can play that game, because I've already played that game with him tonight, because I've actually reported him to YouTube for using my video on his channel. Now, it wasn't when I had my channel, it was when I used to be a co-host on with John Sinclair, and it's a one back. And I've seen it on there, so I've reported to YouTube saying I'm not happy that he's using a video that's got me on it on his wall. So YouTube will make him take that down. So he will be hit with a copyright claim, and so he'll have to either remove it or YouTube will remove it for him. So again, two can play the same game, but I can win that one. It was just a pick, says we absolutely win. Some people don't have respect for people. Too many nutters out there. There is, absolutely. I'm intrigued what's going on. It's your channel. You read out messages, what you think are relevant. Do you know what it is? Absolutely. I mean, look, the other night when I had the pre-match for the Rangers, I mean, I had like 198 people watching. I had that many messages coming in. I couldn't obviously read everybody's message, and sometimes it's hard to read every message when the channel grows and you get more and more people coming on. Sometimes it's hard to read everybody's message. So if I don't read somebody's message out, it's not like I'm ignoring them. It's just the fact is, if I spent reading all the messages, I might not get a show done. So that's all that's why. Are you on about Gallant? Not on about John, mate. No, not at all. Not John. Predator says he's chucked his toys out the pram over a picture and the host not saying hello when he clearly did. Needs to put his big boy pants up and crack on. Well, I'm sure if he listens back to the show last night, he will hear that I actually did speak to him. I mean, he hasn't named me personally, which is fine. He hasn't named me personally, which is fine. But again, there was no need to even mention that. There was no need to mention it whatsoever. Gary says, I was here last night and I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. Lewis says, now I've gone off because he's getting a bit annoyed with him now. Yeah. Too many with thin skin. Get a life as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely, John. Absolutely. Evening, Tony. Good evening to you, mate. I hope you're well. Official Tony requires a secretary for reading messages, says Nate. Do you know what it is, though? I mean, look, it's, I've never really had an issue with a guy, but he just seemed to blame me for it all last night, and I thought, well, hang on a minute. At the end of the day, people come on the chat and they have their pictures on. It's not my job to say to somebody, sorry, you can't have that picture on as a profile picture. That's not down to me. If that person whose picture it is has got an issue with it, then they go down the relevant route of reporting it. But it's not for me to say to somebody, sorry, you can't have that picture. I'm not the profile picture police, by the way. Andrew says, well, I've never had an issue with Paul yet. Another show a few days ago and I said hi to him 3 times and got ignored and he chatted to everyone else. So I thought, F you. There we are. Rest my case. Predator says, he's not being funny, but I've seen a few of his videos and he comes across as 4 cans short of a 6-pack. The thing is, I did say to him in one of his videos, I says, look, if you're trying to have a Newcastle channel, keep it as a Newcastle channel. But he does sell things like he puts products out there. He puts products out there. He puts, which I thought, even Jack said the other day on his channel, how are you putting products out on your channel for? And, it's just absolutely just stupid. And then he tries to sell cryptocurrency as well. And the thing is, cryptocurrency, I mean, who wants to know about cryptocurrency? Not interested in it. I think the whole thing is a bloody rip-off in my opinion. I don't even go near that sort of thing. But, the end of the day, it is what it is with him. And he can sod off, basically. Because I tell you what, YouTube ain't getting rid of me that easily. Thank you very much, Bia. That's much appreciated. £50 from Bia Viking. Thank you. Cheers, Tony. Love the channel. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. You didn't have to, but that's very kind, mate. Thank you. Ian says, is someone complaining about you, Tony? Find that hard to believe. Yeah, Ian. Yeah. Because apparently I didn't say hello in the chat to him last night when I clearly did say hello. And I just find it absolutely astounding that he's just had the audacity to even say that. And then he's got people in his chat asking him to name the channel. And it's like, sorry, if he names my channel once, I'm waiting for him to name my channel, because as soon as he does, there will be a lawsuit against him and he'll be in the courtroom. Believe me. So he best not name my channel, or he'll end up in the law courts. And it will cost him a lot of money. That's lucky as I have a killer rabbit as my pick. Wow, beer amazing, says Sefton. Go beer. Tony, always spot on your channel. No abuse, we just try and have a laugh. And that's what life's all about. Absolutely, Wayne. Absolutely. Do you know what? Life's too short to be miserable and for fallouts, Yes, I know me and John had a fallout. I spoke with John the other week and he spoke to me fine. I've messaged him since, no replies back. I just wish John would put things aside and we could all just get on, because that's what we should be doing as a fan base. Nice one, Pierre. Show's getting better and stronger all the time, Tony. Thank you very much indeed. So generous, yeah, absolutely, Sefton. Thank you very much indeed, Pierre. If he does, I will back you up. Yeah, thanks, Lewis. Speaking of the team, if we end up with Tonali, Barnes, Liverment or Hall, that's got to be an excellent summer window, don't you think? Do you know what it is? Yeah, let's get on to talking about Newcastle now. Anyway, we've had that rant about somebody, and that is why I'm not mentioning his name, because I don't want him having me for slander. So it could be anybody I'm talking about. Ian says, that's ridiculous, Tony. You can't always mention everybody. It's busy on the chat. Absolutely. But he did get mentioned last night. And Coffee says, hi, Tony. And all hi to you, Coffee, as well. Yeah, so look, it looks like a few things are happening on the transfer front. And it seems to be the transfer window starting to go a little bit crazy at Newcastle now. So let's have a look. I mean, look, Livermento deal. Where are we with this? Right, there's reports saying £30 million is the deal. Now then, my mate, who's a Newcastle fan, lives in Gateshead, but is originally from Southampton, so he still has family down in Southampton who are Southampton fans, by the way. Now, the word coming from that end of the country is, from the Southampton end is, and this is in their local media, so how true it is, we don't know, but we could take it with a pinch of salt. And what he said was, the Livermento deal is not a buy-in deal, it's a loan deal with an obligation to buy at the end of the season. And he says, and that's coming from the local media in Southampton. So, if this is a loan deal with an obligation to buy, then I'm all over that. That'll help us for FFP, because that'll give us even more wriggle room. So again, we don't know if that's true from that end of the, so again, we just have to take that with a pinch of salt and see what happens when the deal's finally done. Then we'll find out if it's an actual permanent deal or it is a loan deal with the obligation. But if that's a noise that's coming from the Southampton media, then they would know more than what the Newcastle media would know, I would imagine. But again, we'll just keep our eyes open and see what happens on that deal as well. Let's get in the chat anyway and see who's there. Yeah, absolutely. Lee says, nice away kit, looks spot on, writing and the badge stands out well. Yeah, I'm going to come to the away kit again as well. Yeah, absolutely. Never mind, let's focus on Newcastle football, says Coffee. Absolutely, mate. If we get 3 players in we want, I think we can finish top 3. Yeah, but I did say if we got at least 5 players in this window, I'll be happy. So, we could have 4 already. Okay, so my thoughts are that 1 will only happen with a loan and an obligation to buy. Yeah, I've seen this about. I didn't even know we were linked with Lewis Hall. I mean, he's an up and coming left back. Played very well for Chelsea last season. Now they've got a lot of left backs, Chelsea. So whether he's got a future there under Pochettino, we don't know. I know Chelsea are having a bit of a meltdown. They'd rather have him. Some fans are saying they want him going to a lesser team rather than us. I can see why they don't want him coming to us. But again, it's up to the player where he goes, and it's up to Chelsea if they're getting rid of him. So again, we'll see what happens on that one. But I would definitely say, yeah, we're all over that one, that's for sure. BS says, I hope Lewis Hall happens. Hard to see it though. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I said possibly loan, says Bia. Bia's apparently following some of the Newcastle players on Twitter. Oh, you mean Lewis Hall is? Yeah, the deal would be great, yeah. Aiming for top 4, get 3, second or first. Yeah, absolutely. Do you mean the third kit, says Lewis? I think that's what's meant. Livermento has said the Toon is the club he wants to play for. Yeah, I've heard that as well. Predator says, tell you what, mind, if that deal for Livermento, that could be a smart option. I'm worried about that bad injuries basically just coming back from. Again, when he does his medical, that will come up in the medical, whether he's, if he's fit or not. If it shows up in the medical and it shows some weakness, then obviously that deal will not happen. But again, we'll just have to wait to see what happens anyway. Kenneth says, hiya Tony, say hello to everyone. No, yeah, thanks very much, mate. I do, absolutely, I appreciate it, thank you. Lewis says, to be fair, the third, absolutely love the third kit. Looks even nicer with the alternative shorts because they are yellow. Yeah, absolutely, Lewis. Right, so we've looked at Livermento. Now another deal. Now this is an outgoing that may be happening rather quickly. Now we do know Caldolo is on standby. Now Bournemouth are apparently coming out as favourites for this. I've seen snippets from people saying this could be done within the next few days. They believe the clubs are talking to each other. So if this does happen, then Caldolo will quickly be on an aeroplane out the USA, back to England, and down to Bournemouth to go and sign for them. But Leeds are still battling for his signature as well. So again, it's one of them. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens on this. But interesting if he is on his way to Bournemouth. That will be a very interesting move. Talking about ASM now. There he is on screen. Thing with ASM, they're saying it's now they reckon it's a £35 million deal including add-ons. That's not bad really for ASM. I would have thought 40 million we might have got for him, but I'll take 35. Apparently it was when he saw fans outside the training ground Thursday, he was saying goodbye to the fans. I think when he leaves, this guy's going to put out a very emotional statement, so we'll all wait for that statement to drop, and I'm sure it will be an emotional one. He doesn't want to go, but obviously he realises he has to go because of FFP and things like that. It's sad to see him go, but he has done a hell of a lot for us. Yes, we can't call him a legend, but we can call him a great player and a fan favourite because he was a cult hero. Because under the bad times, he helped us stay in this Premier League, and you know, he was the best player in a bad team, but you know, especially when you're playing under a bad manager who doesn't play football properly and doesn't train properly. But Maxi, we wish him all the best, and you know, I look forward to seeing how he gets on in Saudi, and I really do hope that that's televised elsewhere as well. So, yeah, let's see what happens on that deal when it happens. Right. Bias says, you see the Summer Series trophy, however, no clarity on how it's won yet, though. I've not seen the trophy, no, but I'll have to have a check on that. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking. How do they win it? I don't know. Exploring Northeast, all right, Tony? Yeah, absolutely fine, mate. Absolutely fine. Corvo NUFC, Livermento and Bonds were cooking, folks. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And hope you're well. John says, always said hello to me, even when I have stupid handle. Yeah, I say hello to everybody. I don't ignore people. That's not me. We're friendly from the Northeast. That's the thing. Mark says, Newcastle signing some good young players. Absolutely, we are. We are signing some great players, good young players. Corvo NUSC, bye-bye, Darlow. The man couldn't catch a cold. He hasn't been great. But again, you know, obviously, the game against Rangers on Tuesday, yes, he was at fault for the goal, but also I think we've got to label some blame to Bruno as well, because, you know, between the two of them, yeah, that's how they got the goal conceded. But again, you know, I don't want to be too harsh, because obviously they're just coming back and they've been ring rusty. But Darlow's actually played 2 games and 2 halves and just looked bad. But he did make up for it with that save towards the end, mind. He did pull off a good save. So he's a good keeper and will do a good job for them. Yeah, absolutely. Billy's in the house. He says, Barry goes and James and shoves his camera on people's faces without permission. Don't worry about your profile pic. Absolutely, Billy. You're bang on right. You know, the thing is, if you're secretly filming somebody without their permission, that's actually called covert videoing, and that's actually illegal, and you can't actually be prosecuted for that, because you're actually videoing people without their permission. And there's quite a few on his site, you know, and I don't have to mention the guy's name. I think you all know who it is. And if you have a look on there, you'll see it. And to be honest with you, shouldn't be doing it. You should be asking. I wouldn't walk and go, oh, look who's there. I would rather go up and say, it's all right if I video you. Yeah. So again, you know, like when I went down to Wembley Way that time, to go down to, you know, catch up with a bit of the atmosphere on the Sunday before I headed back home to go and watch the Carabao Cup final. The 2 old guys who were dressed up in the Newcastle suits, you know, I just said to them, can I have a word with you? And they were like, yeah, absolutely fine. So brilliant, you know. Talking about interviewing, I'm actually going on a radio show now. It's called Unite Radio UK, and they're based in Stevenage in Hertfordshire. And so there's a young lad there who does the interviewing. So he's going to interview me next Sunday, and then it'll probably go out the following Wednesday. So if you're on Twitter, you might see him put out a tweet tagging me in on it as well. So I'm going to be going on his show. So to talk about Newcastle, so that should be interesting. He's going to give me the questions, and I've got to give him the answers. So I look forward to doing that, and you know, and that was only because I was on Harry's channel at the time, Spurs channel, a few months ago, and I think it was after we beat Spurs actually 6-1, and he actually DM'd me after the show and said, look, could I get you one day for an interview? And I said, yeah, absolutely fine, no problem. I don't mind. Predator says, look at Darlow's eyes, I mean, like a serial killer. Gary Sam, bit disappointing you, Tony. You only said hello to me once tonight. Hello again, Gary. God, honestly. Who is Tony? Mighty Win says, wonder if EFC Bournemouth will be scrutinised for FFP like we are with their new owners. The thing is, though, we don't know what their financial state was before they were taken over. Their FFP might be fine, to be fair. It's just because we had a shocking owner that really just ran the club into the ground, didn't he? Didn't have any sponsorships. Imagine if Maxi fails in medical. Don't even say that, Carlos. Gosh. Hi to you, Mason. Yeah, but I think best not talking about that, mate, because we don't know what the ins and outs are, and let everybody do their investigations. Lee says Matty had the second away kit top on today, and it showed it looks spot on. Yeah, third kit, isn't it, Wayne? Lee. Carlos, what happened, Mason? Corvos, I love ESM, but the injuries has outnumbered him. Yeah, absolutely, it has. Yeah. You know, and the thing is with Maxi, you know, right, we're also, a lot of us are sad to see him go. And yes, he had an injury ravaged season last season. And I mean, look, he did play well against Man City. He ripped Kyle Walker a new one, ran him ragged all game, scored that great equaliser against Wolves. And it was disappointing when he did get the injuries as well, because he didn't really play a lot. And he didn't seem the same player coming back from them injuries either. He just couldn't seem to get going. But we did see glimpses of it in games. But, you know, when you're evolving as a team, sometimes you've got to make these tough decisions. Sometimes you've got to say, look, for the good of the team, actually, you have to move on. And no disrespect to the squad, but Maxi is one of those who is really sellable. So, you know, unlike the other ones. So, again, you know, we wish him well. Holly says, good evening to you. Holly says, yes, I agree, Tony. So sad to see Maxi go. Yeah. Predator says, by the time Maxi takes a full horse bandages for his medical, the transfer window will close. God's sake. Nobody was hurt. Well, that's great to hear. Nobody was hurt. Okay, that's... Right. Alex Murphy, the Irish lad from the homeland, looks like he'll be quality in the future, says Kovo. Yeah, absolutely. He looks a good player, doesn't he? Absolutely. Yeah, don't put names on here, Mason, by the way. Lee says, great for Joe Linton to get the going ahead for the American Barnes. Could be going along with him. Yeah, I mean, look, Joe Linton's got his visa now, so he's off to the States as well. And also Harvey Barnes. I believe probably Harvey Barnes has already gone. I reckon he has. And I reckon the club will announce it probably over the weekend. Who knows? What club is Maxi going to? Says he's going to Al Ali in Saudi Arabia. That's where he's going. Last night's show, I did put on a video, and I did put on a video last night from Burnley. And then what happened today? I got a copyright claim. So I didn't get any strikes against me from YouTube. It was just a claim because of the Teletubbies. So what I had to do was I just had to click erase that one. So what YouTube done is I've just took that little bit out of the video. So anybody who watches that bit will just miss out. I see Burnley were up to their tricks again today. They're doing another one with the Back to the Future moment scene, and with the car and that, and then at the end of it was James Trafford. Honestly, their media department must be absolutely brilliant, because I tell you what, they're coming up with these great ones now. They're raising the bar now, so everybody else is going to have to start raising their game now. At least they're a bit better than Arsenal for that race unveiling. Nate says, I'd rather all mistakes happen during pre-season, but I've been impressed with Karius on his run-out. I have as well. His distribution's been absolutely spot on. Foxy says, I was thinking it was Rolly complaining to YouTube for me mentioning the Belgian league. No, not at all, Foxy. No. Uh, Andrew says, shouldn't shove cameras at people. Some people just have a face for radio. That's the thing, Andrew. Some people don't want the camera shoved in their face. And, I'm one of these. I wouldn't just walk up to someone and say, oh, by the way, what you doing? Or I would rather say, look, I'm doing an interview. Would you like to come on? And yeah, that's fine. Like I did when I was on Wembley Way when I taught them two guys. I says, is it all right if I just catch you for a quick chat? And I said, yeah, fine. And they were happy to talk. So again, there's ways and means of doing things. You see, SM was the best player in a bad team, but in the same team, he scored 13 as an attacker in 91 starts. Richie, mainly as a defender, scored 24 in 168 starts. ESM is the better show point. Look, the thing is, yeah, he's got the talent and the skill, but I don't think we've ever seen the best of it from him. I mean, I remember when he left Nice, Patrick Vieira said, look, he's got all the tricks, he's got all the, he's got it all. He just hasn't got the end product. And that's what he said before he left. We have some exciting youth coming through. Lewis Miley, Ashby, Murphy. I'm glad our youth are confident now and step up and take their chances. It's all thanks to Hownie's team. Absolutely. I mean, look, we're doing really well with the youth now. And it's really great to see the youngsters coming through, isn't it? So absolutely brilliant. Colin says, Lewis, good evening to you. Colin, he says, Lewis Hall is a good talent. If we get him, though, as well as Livermore and Barnes, that's good business. Absolutely. I don't know how far we're down the line with the Lewis Hall thing, but I should imagine we'll find out. Mary says, Foxy, at least Rowley wasn't complaining about Belgian chockies. Hi, Tony. Hi, Mary. Hope you're well, Mary. Andrew says, Tony, excuse me, Andrew. I beg your pardon. Don't swear at me. I'm only joking, Andrew. Everybody taunting each other. Yeah. Our old owner, short arms, deep pockets. Yeah, absolutely. Rather be in the casino, wouldn't he? Winning things means consistency. Love Maxi, but inconsistent due to injuries. That's the thing, Bia. That is the thing with Maxi, inconsistencies. And again, we just have to, yeah, it is what it is. My apologies if I missed anyone out, says Stefton. Your green screen reminds me of Oculus living room. Oh, okay. Lewis says, I sent you a private message. Okay, thanks, Lewis. Mary had little lamb. Predator says she tied it to a pylon. 10,000 volts went up its arse and it turned its coat into nylon. Hi, Mary. Do you know what? This is great. You just get these comments that come in absolutely funny, aren't they? Con says, shame about Max. He's gifted, technical player, but frustrating. We all now know he should have been doing better. Yeah, absolutely. What I did say was if we did keep Maxi for this season, I want to see him more on the pitch, less on the treatment table. But obviously we're not going to get that chance now. But we do wish him well. Wayne says, sad to see Maxi go, but do wish him well. Plus, we have to get used to it because this is going to happen because we are evolving. Absolutely, Wayne. Well said, mate. Mark says, ESM was never a David Ginola. No, he wasn't. How far are we on for a right back now? Right centre back, says Will. Well, the other day we heard Keith Downey come out and say about Axel Disasi, saying that that's not a player we're looking at. It's all agent-driven talk. But then we've heard Fabrizio Romano say that actually we are in for Axel Disasi along with Man United. Because he's one of the important signings how once in the team. So I'm sort of thinking, who do I believe here? Because I like Keith Downey and I also like Romano. And I tend to think Keith Downey does get a lot of things right. But again, who knows, Romano might have picked that up from ES Monaco's side, maybe. And that's how we can report on it. Maybe Newcastle's just not saying nothing to Keith Downey. So again, we'll just see what happens. Jan says, my son gave me the away shirt from years ago. Yeah, 10 and Maxi on the back. Number 10, Maxi on the back. Only had it on once, won't wear it again in case it's not my cup of tea. Burnley did one with the Backstreet Boys as well. Yes, I saw that as well, Coffee. I don't know what they're on at the minute, but yeah. Nate says, if anything, we should be reporting Roddy for his Belgian league views. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry I had to run. I've got ready for the last leg. No worries, Lewis. Cheers, mate, and see you later. Colin says, hi all in the chat, and Tony, by the way. Good evening, Colin. Hope you're well. Maxi doing tricks and fancy footwork, but sometimes loses the ball. Yeah. Gon says, sorry, Tony, lol, stupid predictive text. Yeah, no worries. I knew what you meant, mate. I knew what you meant. Matey Win says, I don't get the left hand. Lewis Hall on loan, sorry. Eddie does his magic, then goes back to Chelsea, twice the player. Unless it's an obligation to buy, and then Chelsea have no option then, do they? So, depends. We'll see what happens on that one anyway. Colin says to Saucy, please. Yeah, absolutely. He's a beast, isn't he? Lewis, I won't be surprised when we play Villa because we are the home team. When we play in America, they play as the local hero. Will they play the local hero? I don't know. That's a good shout. Who knows? Gorvo says, Axel Disasi and Botman as centre-back. That's frightening for any team that comes up against us. Absolutely. Definitely, mate. He's a baller. If you're still in the chat, how good is Disasi? He certainly looks quality. Actually, while Foxy's in the chat, I do want to ask Foxy about somebody as well. And I got tagged in this on Twitter earlier on today. And as I say, I was a bit... I was shocked by it because I was like, oh, I've never even heard this link before. So what I'll do is I'll find it now. And then... is that it? Yeah, it is, yeah. No, that's not the one, sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to see if I can find it where I did put it. Hang on, bear with me. I'll come back to you, Foxy, on that one. Predator says, I just don't see Chelsea selling the talent like Hall. Surely alone, Poch loves to develop youngsters as well. Yeah, he does. That's the thing. So again, it's one of them. We just have to wait and see if anything develops from it. Right. This is coming from a reporter called Ekrem Kanoa. And what he's saying is Newcastle United will check on the condition of Flamengo's 19-year-old Brazilian player, Victor Hugo. So Foxy's in the chat. Do you know much about Victor Hugo of Flamengo? Please do let us know. Can we sign Irish countryman Evan Ferguson? Do you know what? That would be a great signing, but I can't see him leaving anytime soon. Not at NUFC, but Mbappe to Saudi is heating up a bit now. Wow, that's interesting. I can't see that happening, no. Lewis will find out on Monday morning at midnight. Yeah, I should imagine Lewis, yeah, definitely. Because I'm going to cover them shows by doing the pre-match show. So remember, come on here for the pre-match. If you're up and about that time of the night. The first one's Sunday. It'll be 10:30 at night. So if you're up and about for that, do join me for that. And then if you're staying up to watch the game, you can go over to the Toon Review, who we're doing a watch-along. They'll be burning the midnight oil in the Toon Review. Sefton 88 away from 1,000 subscribers. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you very much indeed, Sefton. Yeah. Andrew says, I read earlier, PSG went off Mbappe a 10-year contract. Nah, it's just ridiculous. Billy says, Maxi gets people off their seats with his skills, but nothing gets people off their seats more than goals, and Barnes will get plenty of those. Do you know what? You're absolutely right, Billy. I mean, look, I remember the Watford game when it was 0-0 half-time. Maxi lit up the stadium the second half when he got the ball on the left touchline and he drifted, he'd done his trickery, got into the box and shot and scored past Ben Foster and put 1 up. terrific. And then obviously we drew that game 1-1. But there's times when I've been there and Maxi's on the ball and you get your ass off the seat to watch him, and then something happens, the ball gets taken off him or he loses possession, and it's like, oh, and you sit down again, you know. We just didn't see enough end product from him, I think, if I'm right in saying that. Mikey Wynn says Romano's a clickbaiter. He said Barella, we get Tonali. He said Nunes, we got Isak. He said Paqueta, we got Bruno. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. But he does normally get a lot of things right, to be fair, Romano. I heard a rumour we could Hall could cost in the region of only 10 million. Wow. Interesting. Certainly interesting, that one. Bias says Victor Hugo. Yeah. When I heard we were for Hall, I thought we were for Dewsbury Hall. Jesus, yeah. No, we don't want Dewsbury Hall. Colin says, never heard of him. Isn't Flamingo where we signed Perez? Perez? What Perez? What you mean? Jose Perez. Jose Perez come from Tenerife. If that's a Perez you're on about. Flamengo's Brazil. Lewis, see you later. Last leg is on. See you later, Lewis. Take care, mate. Kenneth says, yeah, I saw that Mbappe is not with PSG on the pre-season and we'll put him up for sale. Victor Hugo is a brilliant player. We'll have him any day. I mean, look, that's just a rumour coming in at the moment. But again, you know, we don't know what's happening. So we just have to wait and see on that one. Yeah, so it is. It's a bit of a strange one. So it's not a rumour I've heard before. But again, we will wait and see what's happening. But hopefully, if Foxy's in the chat, he will come back to us about him. Wayne says, any more being said about the player from Frankfurt? Apparently RB Leipzig are looking at him now as well. So again, you know, who knows? That could blow up anywhere. So again, we'll just have to wait and see on that one as well. Did write some good bukes as well. Oh, God. Corvo says, Bond 16 goals in the poor Leicester side last season. Just imagine how many he get for us under how. Absolutely. Yeah. That's what I've said last season when he got the 13 goals for Leicester. People look at it and think, oh, because he's got 13 goals for Leicester, you know, but they've gone down with signing somebody from a relegated team. And remember, Barnes had a longer on his contract than Madison. We've only signed him for 2 million less than Madison. So, shows you, doesn't it? Godfather says, evening Tony, this is my 4th stream today. Been watching all day. Wow, mate, a marathon, eh? So yeah, hopefully it's your last one for tonight then. But nice to see you, mate. James says, who's going to sign him? He's just been put up for sale. I mean, who's going to sign him? Yeah. I mean, look, his agent name checked us a few weeks ago saying, Newcastle's one of the few teams who could afford him. Yeah, right. Not at the moment, we're not. Colin says, yeah, Jose. Yeah, he come from Tenerife. The biggest one cock-up was Joe Pedro gave it, here we go. And yes, I remember that, Billy. Yeah, I remember when he gave that the here we go, that it was happening. It didn't happen. We then ended up signing Isak instead. Bias says, the only thing you can get for 10 million is Hendrick from Rowley. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. On about hangers on. You know, I mean, look, no more of a hanger-on than this guy, Jeff Hendrick, you know. The sooner we get rid of him, the better. The guy needs to go. Pure and simple. I don't even think he's worth more than $500,000 in my opinion. You know, he's on £50,000 a week. You know, just, yes, you're going to have to take a pay cut, Jeff Hendrick, but for goodness sake, just go, take a pay cut, and go and get your career back on track and just, you know, you're 31 now, just go. Simple. We need rid. Colin says, oh yeah, my shit with countries. No, that's no problem, mate. Stephen says, really interested to see the crowd attendances for the inaugural Premier League tournament in the States. Our kick-off time was 11 p.m, our time later on. This is what I said. It's stupid because the other teams are kicking off earlier and we've got to kick off like late. And it means like if we want to watch it, you watch it in the middle of the night. Like I say, the Toon Review will be burning the midnight hour as well on Sunday. Saying no, says just watch the videos you were talking about, Tony. He's a very strange guy, always seems to be meddling in other people's affairs. Yeah, absolutely, mate, absolutely. 10 million is a valuation. He cost 25, 30 probs, 30. What's that for Lewis Hall? PSG put Mbappe up for sale because he sees agreed to join Real Madrid next summer. Yeah, because he'd be on a free, wouldn't he? That username, yeah, no coffee. And it's a picture as well. James says, we only give the club the other than City. That's the money for Mbappe if FFP let us try. Yeah. Andrew says, you reckon it's worth putting a holiday in for deadline day, or do you think business will be done by then? Do you know what? I would say rule nothing out. Rule nothing out. I mean, look, for the people who thought we didn't have enough money to spend, we're bringing players in. So, again, I would say don't rule anything out at all. Do not rule anything out. So, again, it's one of them. We just have to wait and see what happens. But I think we could sign somebody on deadline day, and it certainly would not surprise me one little bit. Because I say nothing surprises us with our club. There could even be an out going on the last day as well. So who knows, Like I say, there's a lot of hanger-ons that need to really be going, and the sooner the better, really. But Victor Hugo, who plays for Flamengo, he's 19 years of age, Brazilian midfielder, plays centre mid. I mean, look, this season he started 5 games out of 14. And he's got 1 assist. I've not seen him. I don't know a lot about him, but again, doesn't seem too bad. But good question, Andrew. Foxy says, yeah, Victor is the guy from Flamengo. Fans don't really want to lose. They want França gone before him. I mean, Foxy, they're saying on SofaScore he's worth 3.1 million euros, which is around about 2.5 million quid. Do you think that's his proper price, or do you think they'll want a lot more from him? But if we're looking at him, it could be, one to bring in the club and see how he gets on, because it's another youngster, isn't it? Mbappe probably wants to buy the club first. But Flamengo might need to sell both, as they have Claudinho and Wendell lined up from Zenit for 40 million combined. Oh, well, there we go, Foxy. Let's hope. We got Hendrick on the free and I feel robbed. Well, blame our former owner for that. Because when he brought him in, he gave him that huge contract, 50 grand a week. Stupid. When Burnley weren't renewing his contract, surely the alarm bells sounded then, saying, well, if Burnley aren't renewing his contract, they don't think he's good enough. Oh, but hang on, Newcastle will take him in because, the fat controller will have him. Idiot. Carlos says the Irish Perlo, F off, yeah, absolutely. Foxy, all right, bro, how many goals did Disasi score last season? Disasi, the defender, scored 3 goals and got 3 assists. There you go. The teams who won Hendrick can't afford him. The teams who can't afford him don't want him. Can't get a bean for him. That's what I'm saying. You need to take a pay cut and just go. Corvo says, Hendrick, our Jack Rodwell, yeah. Billy says, I've sent you a DM, mate. Cheers, Billy. Thanks very much, mate. But again, we'll see what happens on that score as well. Ashworth seen a mother care looking at new signings. Jesus. Mbappe will never play for us, would upset the team. I think he would as well, because look, Mbappe, we know what he's like. Yes, he's a great player. He's a fantastic player. Let's be honest. But he's just not got that... but he's just, like I say, with Mbappe, I wouldn't have him. I wouldn't be surprised we get Ruben Neves on loan. Do you think that would happen? I don't know if it would or not, but again, that's quite a... Yeah. I really think we need a left back of Kieran Tierney's quality, says Bob. I love Dan Burn, but him at left back coming up against the likes of Real Madrid's, Barcelona's of this world make me shudder. Yeah, I think Tierney wants to go back to Celtic. And I mean, I've got Ian Fleming in the chat, who's obviously not only a Toon fan, but he follows Celtic as well. And I think Tierney said he would even take a pay cut to go back to Celtic. I mean, look, this is the thing. You've got somebody like Kieran Tierney who's willing to take a pay cut to go back to his boyhood club. But you've got the hangers-on at Newcastle who don't want to take a pay cut and move on for the sake of their careers. Says it all. That is what I was thinking. Said the other day, I wouldn't be surprised. Me too. Yes, my girlfriend got me a signed headband for my birthday. I thought, wow, a maxi headband. Turns out it was a Jeff Hendrick one. The wedding is off. Michael Duff has confirmed in his post that Oxford Ashby is coming to Swansea. Wow. So that means the Livermento deal must be very, very close then. But I think that'll be a good move for Ashby just to get some game time. Remember, it's going to be him and Livermento battling out, but Livermento can play left back as well. Obviously, I mean, once Kieran Trippier has finished his career. Andrew said, I'd love us to keep Ashby at St James's. He's good enough, I think, no loan. Do you know what? I know he is, Andrew, but the thing is, we've got to think how many right backs we've got in the club. But again, I see what you mean. Foxy says he's played more as a number 10, Victor Hugo, in his youth team days. Since getting the first team, he's been moved into a more deeper midfield role. Left-footed, technically good. His style reminds me of Paqueta. Wow. Okay. So he's a bit like Paqueta then. Okay. Interesting, but a cheaper version of him. What he can do, it's a low-risk signing as well. So yeah, it doesn't sound too bad at all. So by the sounds of things, this guy is heading to Swansea on loan. If he is, again, we'll probably follow his progress and we will wish him well at Swansea. Talking about players hanging on or hangers on, this guy really needs to get out of our club. Ryan Fraser, again, somebody who's sitting on over 60 grand a week. What does he want to do? Does he want to stay and just rot in the reserves and claim his 60-odd grand a week? Or does he want to move on for the sake of his career? Because the thing is, if he stays with us and stays in the reserves, he ain't going to get in the Scotland team. And if Scotland qualify for the Euros, he won't be playing that tournament either. So I think this guy needs to move on. And hopefully he decides that he will take a pay cut and just bugger off and leave us. You're not wanted here, Ryan. Eddie doesn't want you. And, for the sake of your career, just go and take a pay cut. Such a shame we couldn't have thrown him in with the Livermento deal just to get rid. But again, sooner he goes, the better. Love to get him rid of it, Saudi. Corvo says Ashby needs minutes. The same slap that Mackham's about in the Championship. I'm all for it, especially if he scores against them as well, absolutely. I still believe we'll get a Belgian in, says, lol, fair point. Mighty Win says, I'm literally sick of hearing, I love Dan Burn, but would Tierney do any better against Real Madrid? For one, I think no. That's the thing. Yeah, we don't know. I mean, look, when Matt Targett went down with the illness and Dan Burn came in, Dan Burn played really, really well. Yes, there was a couple of games where he wasn't so great, but those games where he wasn't so great, and people were shouting for him to be out the team, and then Eddie Howe kept him in, he played a blinder. So to be honest, I didn't think Dan Burn did at all bad. If he'd done bad, we wouldn't have finished where we were. Belgium's a lovely country, been there a few times, says Carlos. Yeah, absolutely, I've been there a few times. I've been to Bruges, I've been to Brussels, and I was working in I had to go down to a car factory in Neville-Sud. Ryan Fraser can earn more money if he goes to Saudi, says Coffee. Yeah, he could do, couldn't he? Fraser's main job is flicking burgers in McDonald's. Ian said Tierney said he would not rule out Celtic, but is waiting to see what happens with the Premier League teams. Okay, mate. because we're still linked with him, aren't we? Corvo says, Steve Clark won't touch Fraser. He's like lost buyers from Stranger Things. Mikey Wynn says, Fraser at the Celtic. Oh, you're going to upset Ian now. He has Peter Hay. He says, evening all. Gutted with what happened with tonight's show. Fraser can do one completely. Yeah, Pete, I mean, sad, that's what I was going to do. I was going to come on your show, Pete, and then obviously I didn't see it then. I thought, oh, what's going on here? And I just threw this show out at last minute, and, you know, I've got 59 watching, so absolutely fantastic considering this was a last minute show that was put out there, and yeah, and I've got a lot of people watching, so you know, I do apologise about putting it out so late, but you know, it was one of those basically last minute decisions. But I'm glad. But Pete's got his show back on Sunday now. He's going to do it on Sunday. I think he was just having problems with his internet up in Northumberland there. So you'll have it back on Sunday evening, 8 p.m. I think, isn't it, Pete? You've got it for. If you want to confirm that in the chat, mate, no problem at all. So I've got 57 watching. So if you do like what you see, please do smash that like. It really does help the channel. So if you haven't yet smashed like, please do so. And if you are brand new to the channel, please come and join this great community by smashing that subscribe, as I'm over 900 now and on the way to 1,000 subscribers as well, which is absolutely brilliant. You know, this channel's come a long way in such a short time. Last October, 9 months ago, I started this channel. It's actually 9 months old tomorrow. You know, I was on with John and I ran his channel for a week. A lot of people were asking why I didn't have a channel. I wasn't going to do a channel. You know, and then I spoke to John, and John was like, no, go for it. So I went for it. And do you know what? It's just great. And I love doing this, and, you know, and sharing my passion of Newcastle United with everybody else out there. And, you know, without you guys, viewers, you know, I appreciate everybody that comes on here, subscribes, donates, you know, everything. It is much appreciated as well. So thank you very much to everybody, because without you, there would be no channel. Simple as. Gary says, sending him to Swansea is mad. He's one of our top scorers. CNO says, don't think any other teams want the problems Fraser brings. But that's a thing. Eddie gave him a second chance and he's just blew it, hasn't he? Send him to Aberdeen because Celtic won't touch him. Yeah. We should have Mankiewicz. We should Mankiewicz cover. Yeah, because he can keep him, yeah, because he can play left back and right back. Absolutely. But again, he's another one. Premier League clubs and European clubs are looking at him. Don't be gutted, Peter. It was just one of those things. We look forward to it on Sunday. Jan says, I did see today we were looking at Doku as well, only 19. I don't know a lot about him. The match is the night before, isn't it? No, it's Sunday night, Andrew. Yeah, Sunday night's the match. Yeah. He'll cost similar to França. Price. Flamengo like these salon closers, so yeah, absolutely. But again, don't rule it out. Tierney done well against Boston Champions League a few years back when Celtic beat them, says Ian. Yeah, good point. Wayne said, I'd love to go to Bruges. Lots of history and very interesting. It's a lovely place, Bruges. If you ever get the chance to go to Bruges, go. Absolutely lovely. I love it. You know, I drove there, parked up. Easy to park up. I think it was only about a 10-minute walk into the centre of Bruges, and it's absolutely fantastic. Another nice place to go as well, if you go to France, is Lille. That's a beautiful city. I've had a look around Lille. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, they've got a lovely underground car park. Absolutely brilliant. And yeah, cheap as well to park there. Fraser, the new Star Wars movie Ewok. Billy says, Fraser won't go to the Saudis in case of coffee's legs for impersonating a footballer. Unfortunately, though, someone's beat him to it. Oh, for God's sake, Billy. Jesus. Tony, give how many Toon fans there are. You've done really well to get 900 as quick as you have. Good stuff. Thank you very much indeed, Andrew. Obviously, I must be doing something right as well. Apparently StreamYard doesn't like it when you're using a mobile hotspot. So yes, 8 p.m. on Sunday. Yeah, it's a bit funny, isn't it, Pete? StreamYard is. But yeah, absolutely. Colin says, smash the like and subscription done, pal. Thank you very much indeed, Colin. Much appreciated. Hello, Pete, back up. Billy's comment about Snow White yesterday was hilarious, says Coffee. Yes, that was hilarious, wasn't it? Billy says, you're doing a great job. Nice community you're building there, mate. Thank you very much indeed, Billy. I mean, you and Paul have been absolutely fantastic, giving me a hand as well. I mean, great guys. As I say, Sunday I'll be doing the pre-match, and then if you want to listen to the commentary, don't listen to Sky's commentary, go and listen to Paul and Billy. I don't know if Billy's been in the midnight oil as well on Sunday night, but I know Paul is definitely going to be doing that. Maybe Billy can tell us in the chat if it's him as well. Colin says Ashby's goal against Rangers was good. Yeah, it was. I mean, look, not just Ashby's header, but the skill from Isak again, the dribbling skills of Isak. And let's be honest, the Rangers' defence is a little bit better than what Everton's defence is, that he tore apart. But Alexander Isak with a ball at his feet, it just seems to be glued to his shoes, doesn't it? So, glued to his football boots. But the dribbling is just absolutely brilliant. The close control and then the pass, absolutely brilliant. And a well-guided header as well from Ashby over the top of Jack Butland as well, which caught them out. Tierney in the Champions League for Celtic was unreal to watch. I rate him highly. Hope he goes back to Celtic. It would be a brilliant come-home story for him. Yeah, definitely. Bruges is one of the oldest city in the world. Yeah, it is. But he says, Tony giving out docking recommendations and I was going to use TripAdvisor. No, not dogging, Billy. No, not at all, mate. No, they've got to love. No, honestly, the car park there, it's great because it's underground, and but no, it's an absolutely fantastic place, and I love Lille. I do like parts of France. I mean, I've drove all over. I've drove right down to the south of France. It took me 2.5 days to drive from Durham all the way to the south of France. But beautiful part of the country, south of France, red hot as well. Tony, you're a legend. I love your channel from Ireland. Thank you very much indeed, Corvo. Ian says, would be happy to see him at the Toon or Celtic. Yeah, absolutely, Ian. Looks like live shows on the caravan are going to be history now, says PD. Oh, that's the thing. Is the Wi-Fi not very good up there? Is it not, Pete? Have they not got on-site Wi-Fi? Because normally they have, but there again, there's probably hundreds of people using it as well. Billy says, need chance of 5 for work. Next weekend's game, though, I'm in for. Oh, there we go. Excellent, Billy. Colin says, love Billy's hilarious. Has all the chat. Paul and Stitches most of the time he does. Billy Bob does, yeah. Fraser, leader of the Lollipop Guide, can do one. Is Granny staying that long, Pete? I'm still waiting to see the TTR Euro trip camper van that would follow Newcastle to the European Champions League nights. that would be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? To see that. You can't pronounce your name, sorry, but you say forced to sell Max the FFP. Newcastle one quality player, centre back, right back, left wing, and right wing. Okie dokie. Granny says we come back from the caravan tomorrow, Carlos. Thank you very much to Jan. He's just become a new member of the channel, so thank you very much indeed, Jan. Thank you for that, mate. Is Swapso just watching, Billy? No, they don't anymore. What, they don't have underground car park? Yeah, it is. It's not that kind of underground car park, by the way. But no, as like I say, there's some beautiful places in France to go to. Pete had the Clash Wi-Fi. Get rid of Hendrick. Sign me from Ireland, and I'm better than Hendrick. And like Shea Given in the net. There we are. Just putting his name out there. Don't know where Pete is, but Wi-Fi Yeah, can be dodgy up. Yeah, if Susan lets Paul go. I first thought PD was on a cruise, says Coffee. Now, no, PD. Cruising. Now what you're suggesting. Billy says, every woman, every grand joins Pete's caravan of love. Now I'm waiting for Pete's comment to come back to that one now. Pete, I can see it. Pete's probably absolutely peeing himself laughing. Sitting down Granny's River Coffee. God. Pete's going to come up with something about that now for the Caravan of Love. Who sang the Caravan of Love? Was it the House Martins, wasn't it? Sure it was. Was it the House Martins? I think it was. I might be wrong. Might have been. Wasn't Beautiful South. No, it was. Was it? Was it House Martins? I'm sure it was House Martins. I can't remember anyway, but yeah, I'm sure it was. It's been rocking, Billy. Caravan and knocking. Yeah. Well, as they say, if the caravan is rocking, don't come a knocking. Tony, I love your shirt. I need to go on a shirt read online soon. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, I've had this one. This is one of the ones from a few years ago. I just swore because it doesn't clash with me. The other ones with the background. Originally the Ailey brothers, though, says Billy. Ah, right, okay then. Bit before my time, then, Billy, the Ailey brothers. The Isley brothers, however you pronounce them. I need to listen to that song, says Coffee. Yeah, go and have a listen to it, mate. It's a good little song, and yeah. I mean, look, right. Let's get into talking about the new show, because we were going to talk about that earlier on in the show, but we've had so much to talk about. It's just, yeah, it's been absolutely crazy, hasn't it? But yeah, the new shirt was released today, the third kit. I actually quite like this third kit. In all honesty, I think it's a beautiful kit. Now then, right, let me get this on screen for you, and I'll get to it. But no, like I say, the third kit, I really like this one. It's one of my favourites, actually. In all honesty, can't seem to get Newcastle's website up for some reason, which is strange. So I'll come back to that one in a moment. But yeah, I mean, look, yeah, the new third kit, I really do like it. Oh, I've got the website up now, so I will get that. I will get that on. You see, this is what happens when you put a show at the last minute. And right, but yeah, what I like about the third kit is I like the colour of it. I like the little gold flashes in it. I like the, or is it yellow? I like the yellow cellar on it. It really stands out and is prominent. The yellow badge, the yellow Castor sign as well. You know, I think it really looks good. So I'm just going to get an image up on screen. Once I get it in, once I get the image enlarged. There we go. Right, let's get this image up now. There we are. And it should be appearing on screen soon. There we go. So there's the new shirt. I mean, look, I think that looks a lovely shirt. I really do like it. Look, I like the green kit. But the only thing I don't like about the green kit is, and this is my only criticism of the green kit, and, you know, please don't give me any backlash, yeah? But the thing I don't like about the green shirt is the black writing on the back and the lettering, the numbers. I thought that looked really bad when I was watching the Gateshead game, and I was thinking, who's who there? Can't tell out which number's what. What I was thinking was maybe the numbering and lettering should have been white on the back of that rather than black, because it's, with it being a dark green sort of thing, you're putting black on back on a dark colour and it doesn't go. Where I think white would have been better. Maybe on the badge as well on the front. With that being in black, you can't really see that much. Surely that should have been a lighter colour as well. But, you know, that's just my opinion for the second shirt. But I love the colour of it, by the way. But I was just, that's the only thing I'm a bit critical of, is the black lettering. You know, but this shirt, I think this is a beautiful shirt, in all honesty. You know, there's Joe Linton there wearing it with pride. Look, you know, Bojo, J7 who's on his way to the USA. I mean, yeah, looks really good. I like the badge, that looks classy as well. And yeah, there we go again. There's another picture of it. And there's the back of the shirt as well. I mean, look, I think that looks a really, really nice shirt, in all honesty. You know, and I definitely want one of these shirts, that's for sure. And yeah, I mean, it's got to be one of the best ones we've had for years, I think. Anyway, no, I think, I'll tell you what, I like the other away shirt we had a couple of years ago, was like the grey and black one, if you know what I mean. The very first Castor away shirt, that was nice as well. So we've had some nice kits over the years, let's be honest. So yeah, right, let's just get into some... I always learn new things on YouTube shows. See, it sounds good. Where's the caravan parked? House Martins. Yeah, I was right, wasn't that, Ian? House Martins. I always get them in the Beautiful South mixed up. I don't know why, but that's who I thought it was. Foxy says, watching the footy was so cheap in France. Tickets for games at Bordeaux, Montpellier, Toulouse was like €6 each. Shocking how expensive it is in England for all levels. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I looked at the prices of them in America because they're still on general sale. And to watch two games, it's actually quite reasonably priced, £30. Not bad. You can't go wrong with that, can you? So well done, the USA. Yeah, I'm talking about singers. Tony Bennett passed away today. He was 96. Yeah, absolutely. What a legend. What a legend. David says, no army can stand with the strength of how idea whose time has come. Victor Hugo. Nice one, David. And hope you're well, mate. Sandy Bay Caravan Park, Colin. Sandy Bay, Jesus, yeah. Ordered my shirt today. It's beautiful, like my sister. For God's sake, yeah, Jesus. I hope your girlfriend's not listening, mind. Sandy Bay been there before. Lewis says the pattern third kit looks like a tyre tread. I think it looks really good though. I love the Champions League shirt, says Colin. Is that out, is it? I've not seen that. The Noon badge blends in well with the third kit and doesn't stick out like a sore thumb, says Coffee. Yeah, I think, do you know what? I think it does blend in lovely. You know, it looks really, really good, doesn't it? So, yeah, again, it is. It's one of those. It's, yeah, I pretty much like it, to be honest. I mean, look, I will share this picture of the shirt with this is the supposed colour of the lettering and numbering on the back, and again, it stands out really good. So there we go. I've just put it in. I've just done a personalisation just to come to the first name Willick. There you go. That's obviously they're not the official letters and numbers. It's just for show. But I mean, that's what it's going to look like on the back of the shirt. It's going to see that as clear as anything. But with the other shirt, you can't really see it. The green one with the black lettering. That's why I'm saying it should have been white, really. But that I really do like, and that will look really nice indeed. So I just thought I'd share that. I think the third kit will outsell. Do you know what, Gary? You're absolutely right. And talking about this, my mate yesterday, he messaged me today, and he lives obviously Gateshead. He says he ordered the second shirt yesterday at 2:30 in the afternoon, and it arrived this morning. And I thought, hang on, what's going on here with Castor? They're getting that out that quick. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Colin says, I'm buying it for sure. Just needs some black and white stripes on it. Nice to see the seller not in block print. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Carlos. David says, yes, but Lindstrom would be a great attacking midfielder and would grace our team. He would do, but Leipzig are looking at him as well. So again, we don't know what's happening with that one. But if we did get him, yeah, it would be absolutely great signing. Stephen says it's spell United properly. They do. I ordered one for my little boy at 9. 9 o'clock this morning, 5XL. Nice one, Jan. Nice one, mate. I love that shirt better than the green, but the home looks beautiful. The home kit's lovely, innit? I've got the home shirt. Have you seen the Mackham's Away shirt? It looks like something Ken would wear off Barbie. I've not seen it, Wayne, and I'm sorry, but I won't be showing a Sun shirt on here, that's for sure. Love the third shirt. Colin says Tonali 20. Well, we don't know. There's rumours that he could get the number 8 shirt, which Anthony Gordon has. There is some rumours flying around that Anthony Gordon may be moved into Maxi shirt number 10. Obviously, Gordon more than in Everton. And Tonali will get the number 8 shirt. So again, we don't know. It's all rumours, we don't know. But again, I suppose the club will announce something. There again, let's see what happens in the States. See what number Tonali's wearing in the States. That may give an indication. Corvo says, my bank account is saying, buy that new shirt, you numpty. You know what you want to. There you go. Your bank account's telling you to buy it. My favourite Toon shirt is a green one, but I have always been a bit strange, says David. Hey, it's no problem, David. You know, like I say, I love the green shirt. The only thing I did say could have been better was if it was better lettering, like white lettering and white numbers, because at least you'd see it better. It stands out more, but, you know, it is what it is. I might actually get the Tonali instead, the real name. Yeah, it sounds a good one. And Predator, thank you very much. He's just become a member of the channel. Thank you so much, Predator. Foxy says, Jan says, yes, Foxy, I know my mate used to play for Toulouse in 79-80. Wow, excellent. I would dump my girlfriend for that third kit, but don't tell her I don't want to be on the sofa tonight against this Corvo. I just hope she's not watching this show then, Corvo. Brilliant, Predator. Thank you, Sefton. Just what I'm calling the third kit. I mean, look, does anybody else agree with me on the green kit? Do you think it should be white lettering and white numbering on the green kit rather than the black? Because, you know, does anybody else agree with me? Or am I the only one who's thinking it should be white and everybody else thinks, no, it's fine the way it is? I don't know. I think it's going to be a commentator's nightmare. Craig Lax, good evening to you from Sim Racing. He says, probably the nicest 3 kits we've had in a long time. Do you know what? You're absolutely spot on with that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I did like the kit from the first Castor away kit when we had, you know, when we had the sky blue one, then you had the other one, the middle, the silvery one with the black on. I thought that one was quite nice, by the way. Corvo says, a Mackham shirt make my used turret rolls look high quality. Colin says, yeah, I'll definitely take that, Tony. Love Tonali to get the number 8 and think Gordon suits number 10. Yeah, absolutely. David says, if Castor delivered on time and sorted out a realistic sponsorship deal with us, I wouldn't mind keeping them on board. That's the thing. There's no way Castor are going to drop that guard, are they, and drop that, you know, and up the price and things like that. So hopefully at the end of the next season we may get rid of them and get somebody else in. But again, it's just one of those. We'll just have to we'll have to wait and see on that one. Craig says Isak will most probably get the 10. Yeah, he could do, but again, do you think he might want to stay at number 14? He played when he was at Dortmund. He played with the number 14 shirt, and I think because he's being likened to Henry, he might want to keep the number 14 shirt. So I don't know. I'm going to buy the home shirt at one point, says Foxy, but where's the best place to order here? Nothing but problems buying from Newcastle's site with delays. Well, look, on the first day it came out, I ordered mine straight away, and that was on the Saturday. And then on the say 7 to 10 working days, and then on the following Monday, my shirt turned up. So it was about 6 days. So it wasn't too bad really. So yeah, I haven't had a problem, to be fair. Corvo says, I agree, Tony, 100%. Thank you very much. Hasn't been too bad this time, Foxy. I waited months last season for my top to get delivered, says Granny. Says 5 to 10 days. Yeah, it does. Green kit is rank. Home and third kit are really nice. As Predator, I definitely agree about the print. Should have been white, said that as soon as I saw it. Yeah, absolutely. A large one, Granny, of course, Carlos. Colin says, I like last year's black one with the NUFC crest in the middle, special edition one. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'll have Batman and Joker rivalry with Gaston on their sizes. Sometimes I hope we can go back to Adidas in the future. Yeah, definitely do agree, Corvo, on that one. Lewis says, Henry is Isak's hero, that's why he wears 14. Explains that one. Agree, Corvo. Took my shirt 7 days to arrive, says Sefton. So yeah, not too bad then, Sefton. Colin says, got mine home one pretty quick, 5 days. Ian says, I hope that's the shirt you're on about, Granny. Jack says, good evening, Jack. He says, could be thinking way too deep. Perhaps it's not white on the back of the green shirt so people can see it resembles the Saudi flag. Yeah, but again, Jack, I mean, look, but they could have put a different number on there. They could have put yellow, they could have put gold numbers on there or anything, you know. It doesn't have to be white as long as it was just something more prominent than black. Predator said, I'd love to see Adidas get the kit deal again. We'd never have all these problems with them making kits, although Puma did do some bad kits for us. Either didn't do some bad kits. Yeah, the Puma done some nice kits as well. Rather have Lewis Hall over Tierney. 18 and going to be in England regular in a couple of years. Yeah, he could be. That Liverpool away shirt looks like someone was made on Art Attack. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's absolutely awful, that Liverpool shirt. Right, one final thing I want to talk about tonight before we do wrap up this show. Jack says, yeah, completely agree. I was just throwing it out there. No, that's fine, Jack. No, absolutely fine, mate. Right, obviously the Women's World Cup started. England kick off tomorrow, 10:30 in the morning on ITV live. So let's all support the Lionesses and hope they can bring the World Cup home. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Now, so we've got the Women's World Cup. Now we've seen it first, and we've seen a FIFA trial in this World Cup. And that is, when the referee has beaten the monitor, the referee then gives their decision over the tannoy as they come away from the monitor. This morning I was watching the Nigeria-Canada game, and the referee gave a yellow card to the Nigerian player. It's told to go to the monitor by VAR, went to the monitor, saw it, and it was a clear red. It was one of those that was a leg breaker. So she come away from the screen. She says, look, I've made my decision. It's a red card to Nigeria. And I thought that was brilliant, you know. And then in the Spain game, the Switzerland game, again, referee was sent to the monitor. She came away from the monitor. She said, I've given my decision. It's a penalty. And I thought, you know what? If this does catch on and works, FIFA might roll this out around the world. And I hope they do, because I'll tell you what, if FIFA do roll this out, I hope we get this in the Premier League. Because I think this would be absolutely great when the referee leaves a monitor. He can then say to the crowd, this is what I'm giving. This is my decision. Because if you're in level 7, you can't see what he's going to give if you're right up there. So at least if you head over the tannoy, it sounds better. Get your thoughts in the chat. What do you think about what they're doing at the Women's World Cup? Do you think it's a great idea, or do you think it's a bad idea? I actually think it's a good idea, because it could evolve eventually to where we actually listen to the conversations between the referee and the VAR. So I think that is actually a great move by FIFA, and I would say well done. And I do really hope we see that in the Premier League at some stage. Red lettering on the back of green shirts. Yeah, not sure on that one. Jan says, I've ordered a home shirt from China and got it in 15 days in top quality. Well, believe it or not, guys, this is a one from DHK, from China. You wouldn't think it, looking at it. You'd think I'd bought it from the club shop. But because I wasn't giving that man my money, I got mine from China. And this was, I think, 12 quid. And it's been washed quite a bit, and it's still fine. You know, nothing wrong with it. You know, the Premier League badges are still there. absolutely brilliant. And it's got Maxi on the back of this shirt, by the way. So yeah, some of the shirts aren't bad at all. £17, says Jan. I'll be watching Celtic then, Tony. Oh, 10:30 in the morning. Colin says, got last year's special edition one, last year's home and this year's home one. I'll get this year's third, but my favourite is Adidas button. One love that shirt. Yeah, absolutely, Colin. Yeah, I know what you mean. Craig says, thoughts on bringing Livermore and Lewis Hall possibly coming in. Personally, I think top players who will grow with us. Do you know what, Craig? Absolutely, mate. And I'm surprised the Lewis Hall. I didn't even know that one had come about, and I was quite shocked to see that link. But yeah, that'd be it's right backs and left backs. It's full backs for the future, isn't it? And don't forget, throw Ashby in there as well. Corvo says, talking about the England women team, I'm glad our women's team is getting invested in because it will benefit us in the long run. And glad the owners are investing in all aspects of the club. Yeah, absolutely, Corvo. I mean, look. The former owner didn't bother with the women's team at all. They didn't even have shirts, did they? So, you know, our owners have invested. Look where they are now. If they can win this league, I think they'll go to the championship and then eventually get in the Super League if they win the championship. So, you know, we're only a couple of seasons away from maybe getting to the Super League. So, yeah, the women's team have done really well, and hopefully we might have some England stars of the future in there as well. Still major issues though, that pen given to Spain today. Look, do you know what, Foxy? That I'm sure that was a clear dive. I mean, why the hell did VAR not intervene on that? I mean, it didn't look like she was hardly touched, and then she sort of just went over after she went over the top of the leg of the Costa Rican. But justice was done because the Costa Rican keeper saved the penalty, so at the end of the day, there was no damage done. But yeah, I know what you mean. It did. That was a clear dive. It should have been overturned and a yellow card handed out for simulation. David says, Lewis Hall and Livermore will be England regulars for years soon. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Predator says, I think it's a brilliant idea. I think all decisions made by the officials should be broadcast live so the crowd can hear them all. Yeah, I think there should be. But, you know, this is a step in the right direction. I'm glad FIFA are trialling it. And, you know, I don't see a problem with it because at the end of the day, all they're doing is a switching the ref's mic into the mic of the PA system, and then he announces it over that. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. The only thing I'll give that Cockney con man is a boot to the mouth, says Corvo. Well, thankfully we haven't got him at the club. Lewis says, I think it's essential as fans are able to hear the officials, but I don't think the Big Six would like it. Yeah, I know they wouldn't like it, but there again, I'm sure they would just have to get used to it, wouldn't they? Maxi on the back. Yeah. Someone needs to have a word in Fraser Slughall. Yeah. Tony, the big thumbs up for chucking the show on air tonight. Good man. No problem, Gary. I mean, like I say, I'd done this at literally last minute. I didn't even have time to put a thumbnail up or anything. I just went bang live. Let's go. And if I get many people on, I'll get them on. If I don't, I don't. But you know what? Absolutely brilliant. Ian says, what do you think of England's chances of winning the Women's World Cup? Do you know what? They've got as good a chance as anybody. I think they've got a great team. The manager's great as well, isn't she, Serena Weigman? She's a great manager. I mean, look what they've done in the Euros. They've done really well. Yes, there's a few players that are out injured, which is unfortunate that didn't make the tournament, you know, like Leah Williamson and Beth Mead, who was, obviously she was top scorer on the Euros for us. But do you know what? There's still enough quality in that team to win that. Yes, the Americans probably be the favourites again. The Australians aren't bad either. Sam Kerr, she's some player, by the way. So yeah, there's a few teams in there are going to be challenging. But, you know, you've got to be in it to win it. And they've got Haiti tomorrow. Should beat Haiti, no problem. But yeah, I think England should do all right in that. Let's hope they do get the final this time. I mean, look, 4 years ago, they were close to the final when they had when we got beat off America, you know. Steph Houghton missing that penalty was poor, but yeah, let's hope this time round we make it to the final, and who knows. And it'd be absolutely fantastic if England brought the World Cup home as well. That would show the men up well and truly. That would, so again, let's just hope the women do it for us. How we are the lasses. Carlos says, Maxi, change it to taxi. Yeah. Could be worse. I've got a shirt with Ferreira on the back. Facundo Ferreira. Oh, God, no way, Foxy. You didn't do much, did he? Craig says, didn't the rest release the audio to show why they gave the decisions? Yes, they did. And I thought that was great from Howard Webb, because at least he's done that. We never ever had that from Mike Riley. But Howard Webb is totally different. In the States, he used to have a show every week where they used to look through all of our decisions. And I think he could do something like that over here, so that would be great. Sod the so-called Big Six. If it benefits the league and the game, they'll have to deal with it. Absolutely. Bruges is beautiful, says David. It is a lovely place. Auf Wiedersehen all. See you later, Sefton. Gary says, really looking forward to seeing Barnes in the team. He's going to have a massive impact. Absolutely. Phil F says, I haven't bought a Toon shirt since Adidas changed to Puma. I may get the new third though. The best three kits we ever had was the A6 star on the home kit, blue away kit, and the green third. Adidas, the best. Yeah, do you know what? I totally agree. The A6 kit, they were lovely kits. Yeah, they really were. Yeah, because on the away kit I had McEwen's Lager and the blue star on the home kit. Have to get back to work. My break is over, and keep up the great work, Tony, and have a great night, everyone. How are the lads? Thank you very much, Govo. Enjoy your evening. So I'll be wrapping up soon. Aaron says, do you think we'll get a left back and a right wing in the transfer window? Apparently we're linked with Lewis Hall from Chelsea, the left back, 19-year-old. So again, we'll see what happens on that one. But yeah, let's hope we do. David says, wait till Barnes gets on the end of Tonali, Shaw and Trippier crosses. Yeah. Well, I think Trippier's going to have to start letting Tonali take some free kicks and corners and things like that. Let's go on Sefton. Lee says, good luck for England's women in the football team in the World Cup. Absolutely. At least having that on, there's football as well, so you've got football to watch as well. So absolutely brilliant. Foxy says, Spain or England to win the World Cup. Colombia are dark horses. So, okay, that's an interesting one. I mean, today Spain won 3-0, but they could have won that game by a lot more. Can't see us getting whole if Chelsea. Yeah, again, it's another one, isn't it? Good night to you, Jan, as well, mate. Thank you very much, and become a member tonight as well, mate. Yeah, it's just one we're going to have to wait and see, isn't it? And that's the thing. But if he comes in, absolutely fantastic. Well, guys, I'm coming to the end of the show now, and look, like I say, I threw this together at really lastminute.com. But thank you for everybody who's tuned in tonight. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you. If you have liked what you see, please do smash that like. It really does help the channel. Also, if you are brand new to the channel, then please hit that subscribe. Free to do so. Helps the channel grow. Channel's on the way to 1,000 now subscribers, and also the bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows as well. Predator says we have a chance of getting whole, Aaron, but will be alone with an obligation to buy. But Poch loves playing the youngsters. Yes, he does. Great show, Tony, says Ian. Thank you very much indeed, Ian. Ian says, take care, everyone. Yeah. Night all, Carlos. Night to you, Carlos. Have a good evening, mate. Lee says, been spot on tonight. Show's been spot on tonight, Tony. Hit the thumbs up for Tony. Thank you very much indeed. But a great show, Tony. Good night, everyone. Good night, mate. Thanks, Tony. Take care, bud. Thank you very much indeed, mate. I feel a certain sympathy for Haiti women tomorrow, but I hope they just enjoy the experience. Absolutely. It was a nice chilled show, Tony. No problem. Thanks, Carlos. Jack says, appreciate the last minute show, Tony. Cheers, mate. Night all, everyone. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. Yeah, thank you. And thank you to Bia for your donation tonight, much appreciated, and to the two guys who become members as well in Predator and Jan. So yeah, thank you very much, Guy, and remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white, and if you do watch the game tomorrow, enjoy the game, and I shall be back with a show at some point tomorrow, so do look out for that one. If you can't make it, then you can watch it on catch up. But until then, thank you for tuning in on this lastminute.com show. Until then, see you later. Away the lads.